Hello and welcome to action already in progress here from Wembley Park. NPL 2 Eastern Conference action between, playing in blue, the hosts Box Hill United in a local derby against their nearby foes playing in red, Eastern Lions. It's two sides entering this game as well with rather differing fortunes. Box Hill United, losers of 4 straight games coming into this one, and sitting second bottom of the NPL 2 Eastern Conference table, whereas the Eastern Lions, well, 3 wins of their last 5 and they remain atop the NPL 2 Eastern Conference table, making the push for promotion. And as we see Ziggy Rizuki for the Lions applying the pressure and forcing the error that will win their side a throw-in. My name is Joe Lynch. Thank you for joining me today on the NPL Victoria Facebook and YouTube pages, and it's my pleasure to introduce a former Box Hill boy. He's now probably hoping his old side gets the job done because he's now keeping goal for FC Bulleen Lions, second in the NPL 2 East. Alex Pavlidis, thanks for joining me. What are you expecting to see from this one today?
Should be a cracker of a contest, Joe. It's an Eastern derby, red v blue, and really these two sides have been mainstay in the NPL 2 competitions over the past couple of years with differing fortunes, but no, we should be in for a cracker today. An interesting contest in terms of what both sides have to play for. Eastern Lions obviously maintaining their pace at the top of the table, and Box Hill, really it's their last chance to sort of find themselves towards that I suppose top 6 for NPL 2 for next season. So no, it should be a good contest for both sides, and can't wait for this one.
Absolutely. Well, as Pav mentioned, it's red versus blue. Box Hill in their blue home kits, kicking from left to right of your screen in the first half of this one, and the Eastern Lions in their traditional red kits, kicking from right to left. Always nice when you get to see two sides playing in their home kits against each other, especially when it is a derby such as this one. Taking you through the starting lineups for both sides. For Box Hill United, as they get the ball out to Pung on the right. We'll pause briefly, and Pung wins a free kick. Starting in goal for Box Hill, number 21, Chris Pavlidis. Number 6, George Voliesis. Number 8, Nicholas Kokalakis. Number 9, the youth attacker, Jacob Burns. Number 10, Rangwan McNamee. Number 13, Amir Modsarip. Number 18, Andreas Miltadu. Number 19, Jamie Mamino. Number 22, the Danish defender, Dennis Nielsen. Number 27, Nino Lakagnina. And as I mentioned his name before, he's making his senior starting debut at right back, number 89, Sean Pung. For the visiting Eastern Lions, starting in goal, number 1, the NPL veteran, Keegan Coulter. Number 2, Kostas Droutsis. Number 6, the captain, Andrew Williams. Number 7, the best named man in NPL football, Ziggy Rizuki. Number 10, Tom Biss. Number 11, Ross Staley. Number 4, Will Ellis. Number 15, Yanni Tumanidis. Number 16, Sean Kennedy. Number 17, Nathan Sim. And number 20, Dan Gathercole. As we'll pause briefly as the ball comes to Burns on the left and he tries to flip a ball in. No doing, however, the Box Hill retain position. Now Burns gets a ball in towards the middle of the goals, but the effort from Mamino is wide of the post. Pav, he probably should have got that one on target at least, shouldn't he?
What a chance for Box Hill. A pinpoint ball from Jacob Burns out on the left wing, and a free header in the box. Really inexcusable from normally a pretty defensively sound Eastern Lions side, but I think the youth of the young lad trying to find the back of the net and the corner really came out there for Box Hill. But great chance for the hosts, and interesting sign so far.
Eastern Lions led off the hook by Mamino's wayward header. Now the Lions will have a chance to move forward. Kenny working out there, getting the ball back into the middle. Tumanidis. However, Tumanidis comes under pressure and Mamino comes away with the ball and then plays a ball over the top looking for Burns. Strong defending there from the Lions, however. Williams getting back and defending, but Pung now in possession, but he's turned the ball over, does the youngster, as I said, making his senior starting debut. Having to fight and win it back on the right. Does well. Modsarip gets it across to the left. Nielsen. Box Hill moving the ball from right to left, switching the play. Pung. Touches wayward and Ziggy Rizuki comes away with it. Struggles to keep it in and he can't do so. Well, as the juniors continue to file in, Pav. A lot of noise in the grandstand. Lads coming out to watch the local derby. An energetic start from both sides, isn't it?
It's been great so far. Box Hill really with the ascendancy. It's interesting to note both sides really setting up in a 3-5-2. Box Hill normally set up as a 4-3-3, but from all reports, Box Hill have looked to sort of go one-on-one across the park and set up in a 3-5-2, and it's been working for them so far.
Pung throws the ball in. Ball falls to Modsarip, except he can't control it. Now the ball is just booted out by the Lions to give themselves a bit of breathing space. Gathercole applying the pressure to Nielsen, who's able to get it forward. Kokolakis gets it out to the left, and Box Hill have a throw in. It's all Pythagoras here in these early stages. Probably could be 1-0 ahead had Jamie Mamino gotten his effort on target.
Joey, you could argue if he got his angles right and his Pythagoras theorem spot on, he might have been better if he spoke of the side's namesake, but I'll leave the jokes to you.
Oh, that's an excellent one. Bit of ancient Greek mathematician humour. That's what we like. Highbrow humour. Lakagnina gets back. But now the ball will be turned over and the Lions can come forward with it. Ball. Tumanidis plays the ball over the top. Looking for Gathercole, except it will run long, and Pavlidis will collect. I'm sure most of our viewers would already know this, but Chris Pavlidis, somebody you're familiar with?
No, definitely my little brother. He's doing well this season, first sort of season of senior experience, and it's been a tough season for Box Hill so far. It's a young, youthful squad, and they've picked up results along the way, but they've also let some drop as well. So, good experience for him, and really looking forward to our contest in I think about a month's time as we take on Box Hill here at Wembley Park.
Should be an absolutely huge game, that one. Perhaps a hint to the FV organisers, a bit of a rivalry between the brothers would be worth a broadcast maybe, as Box Hill try to get the ball going through once again, but Kenny nips in to steal the ball, and they will work the ball back to Keegan Coulter. As I mentioned, a veteran of the NPL, Coulter, formerly with Oakley, South Melbourne, had a stint here at Box Hill as well. But this season, returning to the club his father Sean played at from 1971 to 1987. As the Lions work the ball out to the left to Rizuki, who swings the ball back in towards looking for Gathercole, but it just outswinging away from the run of the Lions attacker, and it's a comfortable collection for Pavlidis.
And you can see Ziggy there. He's hit the cross long, but look for that all day. He'll look for that early cross into the area for the two boys up front, and it's a real feature of Eastern Lions game. They've scored a lot of goals like that this season, and Ziggy will be the man. He'll be looking to whip it in. So keep an eye for that during the match.
Ziggy Rizuki, one of a number of Eastern Lions that have been with the club for a number of years. It's a squad that, not one of the glamour sides of the NPL or even the NPL2, but they've been able to keep together a core for quite a while now, and it's paying dividends here in 2019 as they make the push for what would be their first ever promotion to the top flight of Victorian football in the NPL system. As Nielsen tries to get the ball away, but Drutsis nicks in to apply the pressure. Biss plays it out to the right flank now. Lions trying to get going once again, and the long ball into Gathercole. He brings it down, but his touch off his left boot is too hard, and Pavlidis nicks in there to take the pressure. But once again, Pav, as you said, these long diagonal balls into the area. The Lions trying to get in behind this Box Hill defence, this back two of Kokolakis and Nielsen.
And you can see there, normally four at the back, you might be able to find holes in between the defence, but with three at the back, there's a real one-on-one responsibility, and Box Hill dealing with it at the moment. But all it takes is one pinpoint cross, and Eastern Lions could find their lead.
Williams will play it back to Coulter, who'll go long, lose his footing, but still gets it long out in the direction of Rizuki, but it flies over the ponytailed defender's wingback, however you want to call him's head, for a throw-in for Box Hill, but a chance for the Eastern Lions to try to pin them deep in their half. Mamino heads it back into the middle, but it's cut out by the Lions, and Tumanidis wins a free kick, a handball there on the Box Hill defence. Now set piece coming up, and well, as a goalkeeper, Pav, in this situation, it's a fair distance out, but still a sight on target. What are you looking for as a goalkeeper defending these?
Well, first things first, you need to protect your goals. So, especially if you know the opposition team and how they set up, I think you need to defend your goals first and look for the cross after that. But no, being sort of claiming your first cross or claiming the free kick nice and early or saving the free kick nice and early, it's always a good confidence booster, but you also don't want to get done nice and early as well.
It's Rizuki and Biss standing over this as well. Rizuki, he'll feint. Thomas Biss puts it over the bar. Tom Biss, the former under-20 New Zealand representative, the under-20 side of New Zealand that most recently made it into the knockout stages of the Under-20 World Cup. Also spent time with Wellington Phoenix, did Tom Biss. Just failing to properly dink that one over the bar and dink that over the wall and have it drop down into the goals. It goes out for a goal kick. Chance for Pavlidis to... Looks like he will boot the ball long. However, it's gone straight out of bounds for a throw-in, which will be taken by the Ginger Ninja, Nathan Sim. And that is a bit of a wayward pass from Mill to do under pressure. And there is a second ball on the pitch now, booted out by Gather Cole, as the other legally in play ball was lifted over the top of the defence, but no Eastern Lions player running onto it, and it will be a goal kick, another goal kick to Pavlidis. And I was talking before, Pav, about this Eastern Lions side, how they've been able to keep together a core of players for so long, and it really is paying dividends for them this season, isn't it?
It's been crucial for them, Joey. I feel that's been their I suppose their main reason why they're so far up the ladder and leading the table at NPL 2. Chopping and changing sides is always a tricky one, and clubs always need time to gather their eggs before they go forward. And Eastern Lions really has that core base that they've shown year after year have been solid but never contended. And I'll let you go for it, Joey.
And then Mamino tries to win the ball down. He's done well to keep possession under fierce pressure from the Lions defence, and they will just reset. Try to get something going again. Ball comes into the middle of the field now, and then they'll switch it out into the right to Pung. And Pung will eventually get the ball back after some quick work, but just a turnover there for a Lions throw-in.
But yeah, as I was saying, it's important to keep that core group. I've experienced it last season, the last couple seasons at Pascoe, where we had the main core group for a few seasons, and really paid dividends for us. We'd come against teams that you'd see on paper that you'd think they'd get the job done against you, but because where everyone moves, how everyone works, how everyone plays, it's a really important aspect to have on a football field, and with Eastern Lions, it's working for them now as well.
Eastern Lions currently entering this game 3 points clear, top the NPL 2 Eastern Conference. They won't play second place Bulleen again. Their last meeting coming a couple of weeks ago, but it was Bulleen getting the win on that occasion. Battle between the Lions, Kings of the Jungle. Bulleen snatching that crown. However, the main prize still awaits. As that long throw in by Gather Cole is flicked onwards, but it's done well by Pavlidis to just get down and with one paw just reach out and stop it from sliding underneath him. That was an excellent shave, an excellent reaction save there from the Box Hill keeper.
Excellent set piece from Eastern Lions there. They really had their long throw routine down pat. There was a bit of movement, and then Drutz has found the hole in and behind the defence and forced a really sharp save from Pavlidis.
So after a bit of an early spell of dominance, highlighted by Mamino's headed effort early, Eastern Lions, the side atop the NPL 2 Eastern Conference table, beginning to force their way back into this one and seize control, or at least force it back to 50-50. As that ball will go out for an Eastern Lions throw-in. Pung and McNamee trying to combine, but just unable to keep it in, as now Sim throws it down long. Headed back in the direction of Rizuki. He'll bring it down for Kenny, who'll try to play the ball across the field for Staley. However, it's cut out there well by La Cognina. Throw in, however, comes in quickly looking for Drutzis. Under pressure from Nielsen. Tries to turn him. Does well. Gets it in, but cross intended for Gathercole arriving in the middle of the area, too close to the post, and Pavlidis gets down to claim it. And the Box Hill keeper just plays this one long. Another ball in behind the defence now for Burns. Burns, but this time it's Keegan Coulter that reacts quickly to the play in behind the lines and snuffs out young attacker Jacob Burns' potential for a shot. And Pav, when you are a goalkeeper and you see those balls come in behind your defensive line like that, what runs through your mind? How do you judge whether or not to leave it or sprint off your line and claim it?
Well, it's one of those instant and quite rapid decision-making processes where you've got half a second, if not less, to react to, I suppose, the environment, how firm the ball is kicked, where your defence, how high they are, and also conditions like today. We've had a bit of a Melbourne type of day where we've had hail, rain, and wind all in the same day. You have to judge whether the ball was skid on or not. So it's a half a second decision-making process, and I suppose it comes with experience as well to decide when to come out and when to leave your defence to sort of mop up. But using the box as a guide as well is really important. Using that to know how far you are, and obviously you can get your hands on the ball. It's one of the main things to that as well. So it's a quick process, but one that comes with experience with goalkeeping.
So that ball is chested down by Biss. Ball played in behind the defence, looking for Gathercole. Nielsen will knock it into the incoming Lions attacker and force it out for a goal kick that will be taken by Pavlidis.
Really interesting to see Box Hill set up with three at the back as well. Two experienced boys in Nielsen and Kokalakis playing in the back line. I think that'll help Box Hill today. A bit of experience, despite Kokalakis not playing defence very often. He's more of a holding midfielder who's a ball player, but I think his experience with Nielsen next to him as well, I think it'll add a bit of maturity to Box Hill and you know, for their sake, hopefully keep Eastern Lions out.
Nielsen, a very experienced campaigner, the Dane. He's had stints at club sides in Denmark, Norway, Iceland, and even the Faroe Islands before arriving out here in Australia. Rizuki on the left just plays it down the flank. It now comes out to Sim after being played back by Biss. Sim plays it into Rizuki, who continues fighting for the ball, but eventually the pressure from Box Hill. It was Miltadu in the ends that nicked in and knocked the ball away from Rizuki, but it will now be a throw-in for the Lions. Biss just flicks it back, and then Rizuki on the left flank. He got the ball from Tumanidis. Rizuki can't make proper contact with the cross-in, and it's picked out by Kokalakis. Only as far as Sim. And he's again won a throw-in here for the Lions. Plays the ball in the middle of the park to Gathercole. Chested down Drutzis, but Drutzis can't get there, and Nielsen plays it back, and then Pavlidis taking absolutely no chances whatsoever, just puts it out for another Eastern Lions throw-in.
You'll notice I suppose the left side of your screens will be the wetter end for both sides. It's the side Box Hill like to go down in the second half. From my time here, the boys like to finish with a head of steam down the hill, and obviously it being down the hill means the water drains towards that direction. So if there are a few slips down that end, or the goalkeeper's taking no precautions down in that penalty area, it's because it's normally a lot more sloppier down that end compared to the end Eastern Lions are defending at the moment.
Valuable insights about perhaps a bit of home cooking that Box Hill are able to pull off, but that one is cut out by Staley, and now Staley can break forward on the right for the Lions. He's got men in the middle, tries to play through Gathercole, but Nielsen does well to cut the ball out and in turn allow Pythagoras to maybe break quickly. Ball comes out to Pung on the right. Rizuki applying the pressure. He just goes long in the direction of Mamino, and Williams having none of that. Andrew Williams, the Eastern Lions captain, will be a throw-in for Pung on the right. Looks for Mamino, but Sim just jumps in front of it, and then Williams plays it long out. And Box Hill will have the throw. Pung steals a metre and then throws it in the direction of Mamina. Comes out to Burns. Look at in the middle, looking for Rowan McNamee, who wanted a free kick, waved on by the referee, and now it's Drutzis who gets the ball out to Staley on the right. Staley with a long diagonal ball in the direction of Kenny, who flicks it on. But once again, Box Hill's just defence holding at the important time. But that one, Tumanides coming in, still going, hustling and bustling, but Pung nicks in with a tackle and then wisely leaves it for Pavlidis. But another danger sign here. Eastern Lions growing into this game, Pav.
That play all started from the shallow clearance from Kokalakis, fell at the feet of Tumanides, and really his drive, it was more a drive of will, to be honest, and the man dubbed Concrete by the Eastern Lions boys. Concrete because can't perform anything in training. He's pulled out a few bangers this season, and he almost barged his way through the Box Hill defence, but unable to get through, and Eastern Lions really starting to get on top in this one.
Rizuki just knocks the ball across the field onto the right and allow the Lions to get set up with a bit of time. Keegan Coulter. See, the Lions really stretching this field out. Rizuki has stayed on the touchline, but it will be a Box Hill turnover now and a chance for them to break into the middle. Shot comes in wide of the post from Nino Lakignina. He had all the time in the world there to tee up an effort. He went for placement over power, Pav, and it's just gone wide of the post for Box Hill. Looks to have taken a deflection as well, because it will be a corner.
Inches there for Box Hill, Joe. Poor turnover from Eastern Lions, and they really got stretched there. There was a defensive line and a midfield, and it's really a forward line for Eastern Lions, and the turnover did open the door for the Box Hill forward, and his low fizzing shot went inches wide to the opener.
Cross comes into the middle, headed in by Nielsen, who wanted a handball, but no doing. However, Box Hill will keep it in. Voliotis. He puts a cross in, but it's taken a touch, and it will be a corner. George Voliotis signed in the mid-season transfer window from Richmond. One of a number of former Richmond players playing their trade with Box Hill this season. Will be Miltadu to put the ball in, puts a low effort in, trying to catch Box Hill unawares, but Nielsen, in an attempt to get a shot off, brings down his man, and it will now be a free kick, which Coulter will come up to take. Williams comes to present the option short. Instead, Coulter will go long with the ball, looking for four players here assembled for the Lions on the left. And Voliotis, just discretion is the better part of valor, and heads that out for a throw-in, which Gathercole will collect. Plays it into the middle for Biss, tries to turn his man. Instead, he'll happily take a corner, and a chance now for the Lions to get some timber forward and
keep an eye out for the Lions from set pieces today, Joe. Box Hill normally poor defensively from the set piece, and the Lions normally one of their hallmarks.
So they tried to do a move here. Biss and Rizuki combining. Rizuki, well, he had his man beaten, and then he turns back into him and allowed Pung to get back into the action and stick a boot in front of the attempted cross, which is collected strongly by Pavlidis. Bit of a baptism of fire for Sean Pung in his first ever senior start for Box Hill, coming up against Ziggy Rizuki, who's been low-key, one of the form players in the competition this season for the Eastern Lions. On that occasion, maybe a bit of a gift from Rizuki turning back into him, but did well to get a boot in front of the attempted cross. And then his Biss coming all the way back to the defence to present an option. And now Williams, you can see, just hands by his sides, asking for somebody to present an option. In the end, he goes long to Drutzis, who plays the ball down. But then Kokalakis nips in to prevent a follow-up shot, but still not cleared by the Lions. That was Tumanides who got it out to the right. Now ball comes back into the middle, headed onwards by Gathercole, but it went forward instead of maybe out to the left where Rizuki was running, and Pavlidis comes away with the ball. Nielsen will play this ball long in the direction of Jacob Burns on the left. He's got Mamino in the middle, however, can't keep it in. And it will be a goal kick once again for Keegan Coulter. As we see, the Lions have also orchestrated a switch in wingers. Staley has come over to the left wing and Rizuki has gone over to the right. Something the Lions like to do, Pav?
They do it often, but also missing Matthew Collier today, Eastern Lions. Normally a mainstay in sort of their back three. He's also another player who likes to play out wide. But I think Ziggy was not having any joy against the youngster. The youngster holding his own so far. But a bit of a change-up, probably looking to get Ziggy to cut in on his left and whip it in from that angle and trying to change it up for him in Eastern Lions.
Matt Collier, one of a number of regular Eastern Lions players absent today. Ryan Losty and Cameron Neals not on the team sheet either, as that'll be a free kick. A bit risky with his challenge there was Drutzis, so it will be a free kick to Pavlidis. On the bench for Eastern Lions today, James Doyle, Aaron Fabrice, Sam Mack, the backup keeper, Anirudh Kapior, or as Arnie, as I think the Eastern Lions, one of their media guys told me before this game, and Henry McDonald on the bench as well. As that is Kenny coming away with it and gets it to Rizuki on the right flank. Staley out on the left now. Just loops the ball forward, looking for either Biss or Drutz. It's on to Biss. Plays down for Rizuki. Long shots! It's in the back of the net from Ziggy Rizuki! What a strike from the winger! And you were talking, Pav, about him cutting inside and hammering something on his left boot. And, well, tactical masterstroke from the Lions to get him out there on the right.
And you might call me the oracle there, Joey. Ziggy's found the ball and used that left foot to good effect. I think the keeper might have been blindsided by a few of the defenders looking to close. That's probably me looking with my family lens on as well. But Box Hill unable to deal with the cleared ball. Again, that's one of their issues this season. And you give a man like Ziggy a chance on goal like that, and he's going to do what he did just then.
Well, here we go in the 29th minute of play. After coming out like a house on fire in the first 5 minutes, they've really continuously shrunk in this game as Box Hill as the Lions have come into the game. And now the score here at Wembley Park is Box Hill 0, Eastern Lions 1, as the Lions will come again trying to land a hammering 1-2 punch. Drutzis has time to turn and come into the middle, gets the ball across. Well, I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do there, pass or shot, but in the end, collected by Pavlidis. And now, Pav, you're finding yourself, if you're Box Hill, you're finding yourself down 1-0. With the Lions really coming hard. How do you just stem this bleeding and try to force your way back into this game?
It's all about getting the ball back and really keeping it when you go forward. And errors like that from Dennis there, I think Box Hill are sort of playing into Eastern Lions' hands at the moment. Eastern Lions more experience, physically stronger, and from the first opening 10 minutes where the ball was being played around by Box Hill in their forward half, they've sort of got roped into Eastern Lions' game, and Eastern Lions have taken the advantage and well and truly moved on with this one.
So that chance comes into McNamee from the throw-in, tries to turn, but was under pressure, but won a free kick from Drutzis. And Ziggy Rizuki's going to get himself booked there. I'm not exactly sure what he was trying to do there. A bit of silly buggers, bit of gamesmanship from the goal scorer.
Definitely wasn't subtle about that. He tried to stop Box Hill's quick play. They normally like to play out quickly from from set pieces, and I think he sort of maybe slid into the ball and sent it into the fence. So not subtle there from Ziggy, but obviously the adrenaline's still running through him from that goal.
Yeah, it's probably, with only 30 minutes gone here, probably not the smartest thing in the world to get yourself booked for booting the ball away, even if it did neutralise a potential quick break. Drutzis tries to get the ball out together, Cole, on the right flank, but we'll put the ball out. And that will be a throw-in to the Lions now. It's played in for Gather Cole, but Box Hill able to get a boot in and maybe another chance for them to go forward. Lakignina gets it out to Burns on the left. Swings the ball in. Mamino arriving, as was Motsarip, but neither of them can get to the ball. And it will instead be a goal kick for Keegan Coulter, but Burns has had a few of those efforts down the left flank, hasn't he, Pat, where he's been able to get in behind the defence and just try to get a ball in. Is that something that Box Hill can exploit going forward, do you think?
He has, and they have looked dangerous from it, but I just don't think it's the way Box Hill really wants to play in this one. Eastern Lions, big, strong, and experienced defence should be able to deal with crosses like that, and especially with Box Hill's armoury up front.
As Gather Cole is just flagged for offside, potentially trying to break in behind the lines.
With Box Hill's armoury up front, I think they really need to win the ball back, turn it over and drive through the middle, because that's where I think they have the chance to get back into this one with their speed and their ball movement.
The boys, Jacob Burns, former youth promoted from the youth sides to the senior setup. He's made 5 appearances this year for 2 goals. Now Mamino with a cheeky little outside of the boot effort to Pung. However, Pung has turned the ball over, and Biss just turns around and gets the ball out to Rizuki, the wing back. Got Staley with his arms in the air on the attacking left flank for the Lions, but I don't see him, or they choose to ignore him, and now they get it out to Sim, who's also here on the left flank. Lions using the entirety of the pitch. Now Staley will get the ball. Cuts inside, goes past Pung. Still going, but his touch lets him down, and Miltadu gets in with a strong challenge. Lakignina gets it out to McNamee. He's forced to go back to Kokolakis, who gives it to Nielsen. And now to Voliotis. So a bit of pressure, but they've managed to play the ball through it. And then a long ball over the top looking for Mamino, but it's gone to nobody really in particular. It's now a chance for the Lions to come forward. Biss. Staley keep going, but strong challenge from Pung. Comes away with the ball. It's forward for Burns. It's gone down under the challenge. And we see there, it almost looks as though the Lions have maybe shifted around their attacking lineup now. More Gather Cole operating on his own, and Biss operating just in the hole underneath him as sort of a 10.
I think it's really working for Eastern Lions, that. Box Hill obviously with 2 in the midfield with the 3-5-2 setup. The players distributed wide, and obviously 3 at the back, playing 2 on the 3 at the back.
He's now breaking in on the left flank, but the attempted cross in is cut out, and it's a chance for Eastern Lions to come forward.
Playing with, as I was saying, the three in the midfield against the 2. I think that's really opened the door for Eastern Lions to grab a hold of the contest, and they're doing well so far.
Drutzis applying the pressure, but Voliotis does well to get the ball back to Pavlidis, but the attempted clearance once again is just cut out, and the Lions can get the ball forward. Drutzis. That's a strong challenge comes in, and Nielsen, well, not the most convincing of clearances, but they are, well, no, they're still locked in there, but that's well done from Lakignina. Still on the ball. He'll get it forward to McNamee. Mamino. Burns. Just he's got nobody in the middle. He's going to have to wait for players to arrive. Eventually, Mamino comes back. Instead, he cuts inside. Was looking for Montserrat, but it's cut out. But nonetheless, a free kick here from Box Hill. Chance for them to maybe get some sort of set-piece magic working. Pav, are you shooting here, or are you trying to work on some sort of set-piece manoeuvre?
I think from this angle, it's really have to choose to go on goal. I know Box Hill are going against the wind, and that might affect their decision-making and how far the ball travels, but the wind can also help in helping the ball dip up and over the wall. So I think you have to go for goal here and make sure your attackers are following up.
So it's Rowan McNamee standing over the ball. Leads Box Hill in scoring this year with 6. Dennis Nielsen is in the area waiting for the follow. It's McNamee straight at Keegan Coulter. He did judge the height of the ball well. That would have snuck under the crossbar had the goalkeeper not been there, but unfortunately just couldn't direct it either side of Coulter. As Eastern Lions immediately come up the other end now, and now that is Kenny. Gets it out to Drutsis. Plays it back to Biss. Biss! Had a chance to tee up a shot. Pressure arrived from Miltadu to maybe just put him off, and it will be a goal kick for Box Hill.
Eastern Lions really flexing their muscle here at the moment. They've really turned the game into their favour by really, I suppose, bringing themselves back to what they're normally good at. Good attacking pressure, good forward ball movement, and really getting shots on target. But obviously Tom Biss not getting it on there.
Drutsis, he's just cleaned up there by Nielsen. Referee will come over, maybe a couple of choice words. No booking there for the Dane. Now a chance for the Lions to work a bit of set-piece magic here. A number of players standing over the ball. In fact, there's more players standing over the ball for the Lions than there is in the penalty area. You've got Mack at the back of the penalty area. Sam Mack. You've got Dan Gathercole waiting by the penalty area. Drutsis close to the action and then just waiting outside to Manidis. Yeah, well, there's still a congregation of 4 Lions standing over the ball. It's around the same area where Rizuki let loose with his left-footed effort that found the back of the net, but from this angle and with Pavlidis well aware of the danger, one wouldn't imagine that the Lions would shoot again. Flicked onwards, the shot does come in, but it's quickly charged down by the wall. Rizuki gets another ball in. Was looking for Mack. Cleared by Pavlidis, and it will to be a throw-in for the Lions. And another set piece. Gathercole with another long throw-in. Still in the area. Not cleared yet. Staley. In the end, probably wasn't a path there to goal. Too many Box Hill bodies in the way, and his effort goes over the bar for a goal kick. So if you're just joining us here in the 40th minute of play, Eastern Lions well on top at this point, one would say. Ahead 1-0 after Ziggy Rizuki with a thunderbolt of a left-footed effort from outside the area on the right wing. Beat Pavlidis to put his side ahead. Box Hill's best chance of the game coming in the very early minutes of the contest when Mamino had a free header from just outside the 6-yard box but wasn't able to find the target. Now a ball is played for Gathercole. Gathercole can try to run onto it, but that is strong defending from Voliotis to just get a boot in and put the ball out for an Eastern Lions throw-in. Likely we'll see Gathercole again. He's done a number of long throw-ins for the Lions. Gathercole, long throw in. No doing for the Lions. Sam Mack's header wide of the post, and it will be a goal kick for Pavlidis. Once again, the Lions able to snuff this ball out. Not allow Box Hill to clear their lines, and they'll come again. Drutzis plays it back to Williams. Switches on if they can move it quickly. Williams fools Jacob Burns. A bit of Teckers on the big defender. Still going. Yeah, this pass was cut out, but it's come into the middle of the field. A number of players from both sides giving chase. Modsarup comes away with it. Gets it out to Rowan McNamee. He's forced to turn. Does well to turn, but his resulting pass for Modsarup is behind him. Now Biss on the left flank for the Lions. Biss under pressure from two men. From the youngster Pung has done very well to dispossess the former A-League player. The ball is played long, looking for Burns. It's gone behind Sim. Burns cuts inside onto his left foot. But his pass is behind Mamino, but the danger not cleared for the Lions. Box Hill with a chance now on the left flank. Mamino cuts in. They've had to slow the play down here, have Box Hill. Lions able to get men behind the ball. Mamino. Lacagnina coming inside onto his right boot. Lacagnina takes another touch. Shot comes in, but he's fallen over as he's taken it. Now Pung gives chase. Pung does well to win the ball off Williams, and he's got a free kick for his side in a dangerous area.
Nice moment of ascendancy here for Box Hill. Really, Burns, who started the play from a, I suppose it was a brilliant through ball from Kokalakis from the back. Really should have pinged it on his favoured left foot. Burns has scored a few bangers for Heidelberg earlier in the season when he was back with the Burgers in the Resis, and he's definitely a favoured left footer and should have gone himself. But no, Box Hill with the set piece and still with a chance to score the equaliser.
Low ball was played in by Mamino, but it's just booted clear by the Lions, but Box Hill will try to go again. Burns quickly throws it in. Kokalakis. From right to left go Box Hill. McNamee. He'll go back out to the right flank to Burns. He's got Pung in support. Nielsen. Kokalakis. Back into the middle of the field to McNamee. Just Box Hill just trying to find some avenue through this Eastern Lions defence, but undoing it. Pavlidis came under significant pressure from Drutzis, and it's forced an error from the Box Hill defence, but they won't be made to pay for it as the Lions put it out for a goal kick. But that's what you were talking about before in this half, wasn't it, Pav? This forward pressure from the Lions when they can smell blood.
It's really a hallmark of their game, as I said, Joey. Box Hill sort of with the ball on the halfway line in front of their bench, and all of a sudden they're almost conceding a goal. But Box Hill need to be wary of the middle of the park as well. I think giving the ball back and passing it under pressure in that sloppy part of the ground, I think that's dangerous. And as we saw there, Pavlidis unable to clear his lines and find himself in the greasy part of the ground and almost finding themselves two down.
Ball was intended for Pung there, but it's cut out by Rizuki. Gets it into the middle of the park for Kenny. They'll work it from left to right. Well, the Lions this time, but then cutting straight back across the field. Staley instead turns around. Plays it out to Mack. Biss. Back out to Mack, the defender getting forward. Plays the ball into the in the direction of Drutzis, who gets ahead on the ball. He's not the tallest chap in the world, but he was able to get ahead on that ball as he was falling backwards, but a relatively straightforward save down to his left for Pavlidis. As the referee signals for 1 minute of added time here. 45 minutes of regulation has elapsed. Score is Box Hill United 0, Eastern Lions 1. So Rizuki plays it forward in the direction of Drutsis, but it's cut out by Voliotis. Lakagnina comes inside, looking for McNamee, but it's cut out again by the Lions. His forward pressure. Strong challenge from Box Hill, however, but it's all red shirts. Zuki Rizuki. Rizuki still going, but his touch lets him down. Lakagnina plays it out to Mamino on the left, perhaps with a chance for one final move forward for Box Hill. McNamee, but his pass is wayward and it's cut out by Andrew Williams. Sam Mack coming forward, but now Nielsen. Nielsen can't keep it in, and that probably should be all she wrote for the first half. Indeed it is. So at half-time here at Wembley Park, it's been really, since about the 5th minute of the first half, all the Eastern Lions taking the lead through a Ziggy Rizuki thunderbolt about midway through that first half to take a 1-0 lead into the dressing room. Pav, how did you see that first half?
Really an even contest despite the goals, but I do think Eastern Lions have really flexed their muscles towards the end of the second half. They've just shown, I suppose, why they are top of the league in some senses, how they've attacked and they've really bullied Box Hill into a few errors, and those errors have caused, I suppose, their opening goal of the match. So, no, Eastern Lions, I'd say they are in control at the moment. Box Hill have the ability to change this in the second half, but they really need to have the desire to come out and really take the game to their local rivals.
Well, at half-time here on the NPL Victoria Facebook and YouTube pages, be sure to join us for the second half. But currently at Wembley Park, it is Box Hill United 0, Eastern Lions 1. Welcome back to Wembley Park for the second half of this NPL 2 Eastern Conference local derby between Eastern Lions and Box Hill United. Thank you for joining us today on the NPL Victoria Facebook and YouTube pages. The score at half-time here in Box Hill was the hosts, Box Hill United 0, Eastern Lions 1, after a 28th minute strike from the Lions' Ziggy Rizuki, cutting inside onto his left boot from the right flank and hammering a long-range effort past Box Hill goalkeeper Chris Pavlidis. My name is Joey Lynch. I'm joined here today by FC Bulleen Lions goalkeeper Alex Pavlidis, as we'll briefly pause as Burns tries to keep it in, but he can't. Yes, I'm joined here by Alex Pavlidis. And Pav, what do you think the message was for Box Hill at half-time? How do they get into this game in the second half?
It's really playing their game, Joey, really getting the ball on the ground and finding feet. Obviously, both teams have lined up in a 3-5-2 formation, and I think Box Hill really need to stretch the Eastern Lions back three. They've got players to do it. They've got players with speed, maybe not so much experience, but plenty of speed. And I think Con, who is the coach of Box Hill, would be really keen for his boys to be aggressive when they go forward and really put the ball on the ground and drive towards the Eastern Lions goal.
We have had one substitution at half-time. Amr Modsarip coming off, replaced by number 11, Isaiah Joseph. The former Springvale, Langwarren and Bentley player, Isaiah Joseph. Made a senior debut with the Dandenong Thunder as well. Now here playing his trade for Box Hill and being relied upon perhaps to provide a spark to bring his side back into the contest as Pavlidis comes out strongly there to claim. He'll play it out to Nielsen. Okay, Nina. It's a ball forward for Burns and he'll flick it on, attempting to find Rowan McNamee, but instead the Lions will come in and collect, and that's Sam Mack, number 18 for the Lions, winning a throw-in for his side, much to the chagrin of Jacob Burns. It was played in long for Gathercole, and eventually it'll come out to Staley on the right flank. Staley under pressure from Kokalakis. Can't keep it in, and it will be a goal kick for Pavlidis. So, and I guess conversely, Pav, if you are Eastern Lions, how do you protect this lead or even add a second or a third goal?
Well, I think it's in the mantra of Eastern Lions to come out and really find a second goal. I think if they go in their shell, they're really inviting Box Hill to come and attack them. But you'll see there'll be a moment in the game where Eastern Lions sort of shut up shop and hope their experience comes through and get them over the line and pick up an important 3 points. But no, they've got enough attacking talent to find a second, and with Box Hill looking to open up, I think Kostas Drusis will be the man who might find his way through the Box Hill defence.
Kostas Drusis, the 2018 Best and Fairest winner for the Eastern Lions, one of 3 players up front for them, alongside Dan Gathercole and Tom Biss. One of the better attacking trios you'll find in the NPL 2 East. Tom Biss, obviously, as we said in the first half, former New Zealand under-20 representative, Wellington Phoenix in the A-League, stops in Europe. Dan Gathercole as well, had stops in New Zealand and with Whitby Town, as well as a number of NPL Victoria sides. Like Agnina in possession for Box Hill. He'll get it out to the senior debutant Pung, who acquitted himself well in that first half, but he'll get another chance to go up to work against Rizuki. As you hypothesised in that first half, Pav Pung perhaps forcing Eastern Lions to put Rizuki on the opposition flank.
He's played well, the debutant. He's really held his own. I suppose up until... I think he forced the switch for Rizuki to play on the other side because he's playing so well. So no, he's held his own so far, and with Rizuki back on that wing, I think Fung can hold his own again in the second half.
Trying to get something going, unable to. However, Joseph couldn't get the ball out to Lakagnina, and now Lions will come forward just playing a speculative ball in behind the defence, looking for Gathercole, but Miltadu plays it back to Pavlidis. He'll switch the play across to Voliotis. Pung. cut out by the Lions for a throw-in. Chance to get back in some numbers. And now a free kick for Box Hill. Switches on. Lackagnina's all the way over here on his own on the left-hand touchline. Nielsen instead will look up and play the ball back into the middle of the field for Burns. He'll play it back to McNamee. Flicked on for Burns, but Staley aware of the danger for the Eastern Lions and comes in with a much-needed challenge. But Pung is on the ball now and he tries to get it forward, but that time it is Sim cutting out. But Box Hill putting together a sustained period of pressure here early in the second half. Drutzis sandwiched in the end between two Box Hill players and wins a free kick, and he's still down on the turf holding his lower back. Drutzis' brother Chris with Eastern Lions as well, but is absent today after doing his ACL earlier in the season. Had scored 4 goals in 8 games before going down with that injury.
And Box Hill really starting the second half much like they started the first. They're up and about, they're moving forward, good combinations, and let's see how long they can sustain this and possibly find an equaliser. But positive play from Box Hill at the moment.
As Andrew Williams puts a long ball in, headed away. It will be a throw in here with Biss standing over the ball. Biss into Gathercole. Flicked it back looking for Rizuki, but Pung got in there with a strong boot. Tulmanidis plays it back to Sim, but Sim comes under pressure from Mamino. Fierce contest in there, but the Lions will get it across to Williams. But Williams will turn the ball over to Lackagnina, who can come forward, but he can't find a man. Neither side unable to find a clean possession. As again, it's a turnover. The ball intended for Staley, picked out by Nielsen. And then Nielsen will spot the goalkeeper off his line and chip it. Oh my God! Dennis Nielsen! You're not supposed to do that, son! The Danish defender picked out the ball intended for Staley. He's seen Coulter off his lines and from his own half has teed up a pitch-perfect lob that has snuck under the crossbar and tied things up at 1-1 for Box Hill.
If you are watching this game live, you have seen one of the NPL goals of the season. Dennis Nielsen take a bow, an unbelievable strike from his own half. I've got no words, Joey.
I mean, is that a goalkeeper's nightmare? Because now Keegan Coulter knows that end-of-season videos on YouTube, this is a live broadcast going out on YouTube and Facebook. He is about to get splashed all over the internet for the wrong reasons.
It's one of those goals, Joey, where you might be at the Gold Medal Awards night and you're sitting there enjoying your night, and then this one pops up again. But no, there is not much Keegan could have done there. If you have a look at the direction of the sun, and obviously playing on this ground for many, many years for Box Hill, heading down the hill in the second half means the sun comes straight into your eyes. You'll see Keegan's got the hat on, and in all honesty, he would have lost that ball until it hit the crossbar, bounced into the ground, and ended up in the back of the net. One of those ones where it's freak of nature goal, and you just have to literally take your hat off to it and give Dennis the applause he deserves.
Absolutely. What a way to score your second goal of the season if you are Dennis Nielsen, to bring it back 2-1-1. And I guess here...
And his first goal for the season was actually much the same from his own half. I think it was against Whittlesea Rangers at Epping Stadium. And, if you had 2 goals in terms of meterage this season, I think Dennis is winning it by far.
So, incredible turn of events here as Box Hill draw themselves level, and my co-commentator here, Alex Pavlidis, perhaps sitting pretty here. His side now, Bulleen Lions, chance to pick up points against the Eastern Lions on Monday night if this result holds.
I'm up and about, Joey, and I know the Bulleen boys, I'm sure in the group chat as well, will be up and about as well. So, no, Box Hill really deserving the lead with their opening to the first half. I think you were right in some senses where Eastern Lions look to reserve themselves.
As this ball comes through for Gathercole and Drutzis, but neither can get onto it.
look to reserve themselves and hold their lead, and Box Hill have really sort of half taken the game to them, and you know, it's taken a wonder goal, but they've got the goal to get themselves back into the contest.
Now, Box Hill, can they use that absolute wonder strike from Dennis Nielsen to spur them on to greater things here and record what would be a massive upset win in this local derby between Red and Blue Lions and Box Hill, as the ball comes out towards Rizuki on the left flank, but strong defending there from Pung, who's refusing to be intimidated by the Eastern Lions veteran. Rizuki trying to get a ball in, is able to do so in the direction of Drutzis! Drutzis! Well, Pythagoras, Box Hill, they weren't equal for long. Rizuki ducked and danced and weaved, trying to find an avenue to get across in, and he's found Costa Drutzis in the middle of the penalty area. He's got a half touch on the ball, not the sweetest of strikes, but in the end it's gone past Pavlidis, and Pav, you identified him as the danger man coming in, and he's put his side back ahead 2-1.
I won't claim that second one as well, Joey, but no, Eastern Lions really showing their prowess coming back from a goal down, or goal the equaliser, to be honest. And you know, they've retaken the lead, and they've really shown why they are pressing for the title heading into towards the final weeks of the season.
No doubt the Bulleen Lions group chat somewhat more subdued once again.
It's going to go quiet for a bit, but no, let's hope Dennis pulls something out for the second part of the second half.
Well, it's absolutely all happening here in the opening stages of the second half. A wonder goal from Dennis Nielsen to bring it back at 1-1, and then Kostas Drutzis with a not the most convincing of left-footed efforts, but they all count, whether you score an absolute worldie or a complete dribbler. So the score here at Wembley Park, scoreboard hasn't been updated yet, but the score is Box Hill United 1, Eastern Lions 2. As the sun goes behind a cloud, perhaps thankfully for Keegan Coulter, who's come out to take this free kick and no doubt will just boot this ball long. McNamee underneath it. Drutzis providing the pressure. That was Joseph trying to play through Jacob Burns, but it was well cut out by Andrew Williams. 200 plus games for the Eastern Lions, Andrew Williams. Mack. Pinballing around Williams with a strong header forward. Comes out to Mack. Try to play through Staley on the right flank. Can he keep it in? He does. And then he wins a corner after playing the ball off Nielsen. Clever move there from the Lions winger to win a corner.
You could also say the Box Hill goals really sparked the Eastern Lions into action. It was a real lethargic start to the half from them, and it almost needed a goal to spark them into action. But, you know, Kostas Drutzis again showing his prowess in front of goal, and although he didn't hit it well, Eastern Lions back in the lead, and as you can see straight after the goal, sort of back in the ascendancy.
As this ball will be splayed into the area, Lions players making a run, but it's to the near post, and McNamee is waiting to boot the ball clear. And that will be a goal kick to Box Hill. No, free kick? Free kick. Offside. But it's gone straight down the throat of Rizuki, who brings it down and then plays it to Bess on this left flank. Bess trying to find an avenue into goal. Defended by Voliotis. The ball eventually comes in towards the back post. Staley absolutely sliced his attempted volley. And now the ball has been turned over. McNamee winning the ball off Kenny and eventually winning a free kick from Drutzis, who was getting back to defend and just fouls to prevent Box Hill from breaking quickly through Rowan McNamee. McNamee, who according to his bio provided by Box Hill when he signed with the club, idolises Jordan Henderson. Proper English midfielder, Jordan Henderson. Free kick now for the Lions.
Also the son of a famous tennis player.
Son of tennis great Paul McNamee. Rowan has spent time with Morven City, Kingston and Oakley before he arrived here at Box Hill. That long effort from Staley just goes straight to Pavlidis, and now Box Hill can come forward through Lakagnina. Lakagnina steps up and tries to thread a ball through to Mamino, but it's cut out well. Now the Lions can build up. Gathercole just plays it back to Rizuki. Rizuki, well, tried to find Tumanides, but it's run long. Now Burns on the right flank for Box Hill. Wins a throw-in for his side. A couple of the Box Hill fans here arriving back from a McDonald's run to discover that they've missed one of the goals of the season, much to their chagrin. Referee just having a bit of a word. Of course, this is a derby. Never a game you want to lose any sort of derby contest. Eastern Lions did get the chocolates in the first game of the season.
Yeah, and obviously being a part of it personally in the past, it's one of those derbies that you don't think is a big derby, but it really is a derby in the East. Box Hill and Eastern Lions, both I suppose in the Whitehorse area, Whitehorse municipality, and a lot of the juniors and I suppose a lot of the people in the area know the two clubs as the two football clubs of the area, and you really do get a derby vibe sometimes when you're out there, and there's a lot of feel in it if you have no emotional attachment to it, or if you do. So no, it's definitely a derby game.
As Williams leaves the ball behind himself there and came under pressure from McNamee, forced to go back to Keegan Coulter. Drutsis attempting to throw the ball in there for Biss. Cut out, but Rizuki will play it right back in for Gathercole. Nielsen heads the ball back cleverly to Pavlidis, who quickly springs his side forward in attack. McNamee comes under immediate pressure from Mack. Bundled over, challenge from behind for a free kick. He'll take it short to Lakagnina, but his pass cut out by Staley. Will be a throw-in, however. Lakagnina's throw-in eventually has worked to Mamino, but he's going to be forced to concede grounds. Nielsen. And that's done well for Box Hill. They'll get it out to Joseph on the left flank. Isaiah Joseph. 2 to beat. Threads himself between them, but his shot didn't make proper contact on the shot. He did all the hard work there, Pat, but just couldn't quite put his laces through the shot, and Coulter saves comfortably.
Excellent work from the substitute there, cut in, beating 2 defenders, and I think really just sort of mistimed his shot. He sort of topped it a bit, and it was an easy save for Keegan Coulter at the near post.
That's the type of forward movement Box Hill will need to produce if they are to find another equaliser and potentially a winner. I have to say, with a top 6 position in this year's competition so important, 3 points absolutely vital for Box Hill if they do have intentions of staying in the second tier of Victorian football next year, Pav.
Yeah, it's getting desperate for the sides at the bottom of the NPL 2 table in both the East and the West. Box Hill, I think, 8 points off, or 9 points off Goulburn Valley in 6th position at the moment. So every game is vital for these sides, and it'll make the promotion battle a big contest as well. With the lower sides having it all to play for, you know, in the last couple of games of the season, the sides in the mid-table like to blood their youth and know that they're safe from relegation, but also know that they're not going to get promoted. But this year, every game counts, and for Eastern Lions, Bulleen, Langwarren, Northcote City, and then looking over at the west as well, how tight it is at the top of their table. Moreland Zebras, Whittlesea, Werribee City, St Albans. It's going to be, every match is going to be a contest right up until the last game of the season, and you might think this would be an easy game for Eastern Lions, but as you can see today, it's going to be hard work, and it's going to be hard work until the end of the season as well. So it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. Every side will be desperate for points, and it should be an interesting end to the season, Joey.
Dare I say it, the magic of promotion and relegation, making games count.
That's the key at the end of the day. When there is something to play for, it's a habitual thing for humans to say to themselves, we really need to win this game, or we don't need to win this game. No matter what mindset you take into the game, having something to play for is vital. And coaches will coach that way, players will play that way, and as you'll see as it comes to the crunch towards the end of the season, desperate times call for desperate measures, and it'll be interesting to see how it pans out.
That shot from McNamee goes wide, and yes, dare I say it, one of the very fortunate byproducts of those sides selling out and pushing for results is that we should be treated to some absolutely fantastic football as the season progresses. Every game has meaning, every game featuring sides selling out and going for these wins. As Coulter puts goal kick long. Coulter has been joined behind his goals by a number of Box Hill youth. So yet another thing for the Eastern Lions goalkeeper to contend with. He's got the sun, he's got the slope, and now he's got a collection of Box Hill's finest youngsters keeping him company.
Coulter, plenty of experience. He should be able to deal with the youngsters. It's more the sun. The sun is peeping out again. I know it's getting towards that time where sunset will hit, but
Joseph puts a ball in. Burns' resulting header just goes wide off the post.
Inches there from Burnsy, but couldn't direct his header on goal. But as I was saying, I think the sun is the major factor heading into the late stages of the second half. There's enough cloud cover to look like it'll keep it out. But there you go, vocal juniors behind the goal. But no, Keegan enough experience to deal with that sort of stuff.
Keegan Coulter, a former Box Hill player, so probably knew what to anticipate heading down towards that end for the second half. Juniors at this stage just restricting themselves to random yelling rather than some of the more targeted chants you occasionally get from sides when a goal kick is being taken. Amongst a couple of A-League sides I can think of off the top of my head.
And NPL sides, for that matter, you know, as a goalkeeper, you see it all in terms of clubs and sides, and you know, St Albans up on the hill there.
Like Agnina tried to curl in an effort after cutting inside wide, but Coulter does well to get down and dig it out and keep out the effort from Box Hill's left winger.
Box Hill finding their way back into this one slightly as well, but yes, St Albans, their fans on the hill when you go play away at their ground, and the conditions as well. That's one of the intimidating places to go. Obviously Melbourne Knights, South Melbourne have vocal fans and vocal crowds, and I suppose as goalkeepers you have to zero in and focus on your job, and it's all part of football, I suppose. So that's why we love the game.
Maybe explains the fabled keepers union come under enough abuse as it is on the ground. Got to stick together.
No matter what side you play for, you go up to the other keeper after the game, and it's sort of a nod of appreciation and a nod of acknowledgement, knowing that you know you're the one who's been you're the one who's been in a contest with the guy in the opposite goal. So no, always a goalkeeper union, but 3 points for your side is always first.
Well, it must be a tough life being a goalkeeper, even if you play an absolute blind or a considered man of the match. It's always followed with analysis. Well, if the goalkeeper got man of the match, his team kind of played well. So there's always a sting in the tail, isn't there?
We're never here for the plaudits, Joe. We're never here for the plaudits. Your forward will score 2 goals, be horrible all game, and everyone's patting his back as they walk off the field, and the fans and everyone at the club are patting their back as they walk off the field. But a 0-0 draw where you might be man of the match, and everyone will be walking to the change rooms disappointed and unhappy that you haven't got the 3 points. But like I said, we don't keep for the plaudits. We keep to keep our sides in the contest. So I think everyone who's a goalkeeper at any level knows how it is. It's a unique position. You train, I suppose, with your own little team. You have your own set of techniques and training methods, and it's a unique position, but a vital one nonetheless.
As we see, Box Hill making a change there. Sean Pung coming off, being replaced by number 23, Greg Siamoa, who's gone straight up front. So it's an attacking change for Box Hill, bringing off their right wing back and replacing him with big man Greg Siamoa, who's gone straight to the number 9. But for Sean Pung, making his first ever senior start, definitely not one at all to be ashamed of. He played quite well, especially in that first half, didn't he, Pav?
Yeah, he played well in the sense of holding Ziggy Rizuki and the Eastern Lions attack at bay. He's been positive in attack. I think his direction from the coaching staff would be that defence is first, and he's sort of shown that as well. But no, he's been clean on the ball. He's held his own. He's tackled when he's needed to tackle, and no, it's been a positive debut for the young lad so far.
He's now been replaced by another player that's come up through Box Hill's ranks in Greg Siamoa. We're in number 23, so obviously not lacking in confidence if you pick number 23 as your shirt. See what he can do now at the tip of the spear of the Box Hill attack with just under 20 minutes remaining in this contest. To score, if you are just joining us on the NPL Victoria Facebook and or YouTube pages, is Box Hill United 1, Eastern Lions 2. Always good if you could join us on both Facebook and YouTube. Just mute one, bump up those viewing figures. Siamoa now tries to flick a ball on for Miltadu. Have a strong defending from the Lions, and they'll win themselves a free kick and a chance to burst forward.
And the introduction of Siamoa has also seen Box Hill move to a back four, sort of with a 4-3-3 heading into the latter stages of the second half. So a bit more of a traditional shape for them. And obviously Siamoa with his height trying to throw his body around. So they've definitely put 3 in the final third and moved back to a back four, a much more conventional back four. So let's see how that goes for them.
So you've got Mamino out there on the left flank for Box Hill, Siamoa as the 9, and Burns on the right flank, with Rowan McNamee in behind them. Rowan McNamee and Isaiah Joseph in behind them. As we are waiting for a ball. A ball, my kingdom for a ball. And now we get 2 at once, as is always the case. Just a few precious seconds tick off the clock as Box Hill await it, but now they'll get it. And Lakagnina will throw the ball in. Goes forward in the direction of Siamoa, but he can't win it. Rizuki. Over his pass is cut out by McNamee. Siamoa now. He can't chase it down. Both sides just hurling their bodies at the contest there. That was Miltadu coming through like a raging bull. And now Mamino is bundled over by Sam Mack, and it will be a free kick for Box Hill in a rather dangerous area for the Eastern Lions, just on the edge of that penalty area. McNamee jogging over to take it.
And Mac just coming in overzealous there. I think he had the situation controlled. I think the ball was sort of up in the air, and the attacker wasn't in a attacking position to sort of get past him. But it's a soft foul in a dangerous position, and Box Hill looked to make the most of it.
And McNamee standing over it, man in the middle. Nielsen has arrived, trying to add a second to his wonder goal from before, perhaps. McNamee chips in towards the back post, punched clear strongly by Keegan Coulter. Burns gives chase. Will keep it in. Tries to play it into the danger area, but can only find red shirts. Box Hill have a chance to reload. McNamee. Strong shining challenge from Rizuki. Plays it on to Drutzis. Counter is on. Plays it out to Bess. Bess cutting inside. Trying to cut inside, but no. Strong defending from Box Hill. Not allowing. That'll be offside. No. 77th minute of play here. As we see the Lions preparing to make a substitution of their own. Will be Gathercole coming off. Being replaced by James Doyle. Spent time with Bentley Greens as James Doyle, and now he'll replace Big Dan Gathercole. Pressed into starting Gathercole with a number of players absent, but he departs with a 2-1 lead for his side.
And Gathercole making an impact over the last couple of weeks. I think he's found the back of the net for Eastern Lions off the bench and in a starting role, and unable to do it today. But
is this at best? Had his back to goal, tries to turn, couldn't do so.
But a solid shift from the forward, and obviously Eastern Lions looking to secure the result in the last 10-15 minutes.
Now Staley. Chance for a long throw in here for the Lions. You can see they're getting men forward. Long throw. Lions unable to flick it on, but Staley will get a chance to put another ball, looping ball in. Biss underneath it. Pavlidis was fouled by Biss in the end. And it will be a free kick to Box Hill. How do you defend those balls, those long looping balls into the area as a goalkeeper? Is it all about just keeping your eye on the ball and drawing the foul?
It's a tough one, Joe. Sometimes there's a lot of factors, wind, how they hit the ball. Is it a miss hit? And then you also have to be aware of the attackers coming at you. So eye on the ball is key. You need to know where it is, but you also need to be sort of aware of your peripherals and know the contact that's coming at you and making a decision of whether you catch it or you punch it. Because in some situations when the ball's on your head, you don't really have that momentum to build a run up and jump up and catch the ball, and the attacker will be running at you and attacking you with a bit of a run up. So you have to make sometimes a percentage decision and punch the ball clear rather than catch it. But it's all about timing as well. If you time it well, you'll be able to make that decision. But again, it's all about not putting it into the back of the net or making sure it doesn't end up in the back of the net. And if you need to make yourself look silly and punch the ball away and not catch it, so be it, as long as you're strong and confident with your decision.
So we're going to see now the Lions. You did mention, Pav, at one point they might try to go into their shell, and it looks as though that might be happening now. Not as getting as many men forward as others. This is interesting. Lakignina throwing the ball into Pavlidis, who came under pressure from Drutzis and was just forced to put the ball out. Probably not how Box Hill would have liked that one to go. Mack throws the ball in. Was nodded on by Doyle, but Doyle gets another chance but can't keep it in. And Kokolakis lets him know about it.
And Doyle looking like he's not sure where he's going to come up or not, as he used one of the Drutzis brothers' shorts coming on. There's a Matthew Lloyd vibe about him. Maybe the sub-juniors have lended him shorts for the afternoon, but no, very old-fashioned English-style player he looks like.
Yeah, he's got the pins out, has Doyle. Now Drutzis trying to dance around a number of Box Hill players, can't do so. Pavlidis gets it out to Lakignina, who gets it out to Mamino now. Mamino goes around Mack. Plays it forward for Siamoa. Siamoa gets it back again. Plays it out to Burns on the right. McNamee just gets it out to Lakignina on the left now, going against Rizuki. Cuts inside, he's got an avenue to goal, but it's picked out by Williams. Not the best shot in the world there from the left winger for Box Hill. And now Drutzis can try to bring it up, and he's gone down under a rather haphazard challenge from Lakagnina. And Rizuki will amble up to put this ball long. Rizuki, who put his side ahead 1-0 in that first half with a long, driven, left-footed effort from the right flank. This is headed onwards towards Tumanidis, and Tumanidis kind of throwing a boot at and directing it goalward, but comfortable for Pavlidis. Now Lakagnina gets a ball to McNamee in the middle of the field, and then he'll get it back. Mamino out there on the left. Under pressure from Rizuki. Box Hill retain possession. Now they'll try their luck on the right-hand side. If Voliotis can keep it in, he keeps it in, but he can't keep it away from the Lions. And however, the ball will just go straight long, and Nielsen will put it over the top of his head back towards the Lions' goal. Joseph. Dispossessed by Tumanidis. Burns wanted a free kick, however he's not going to get one.
I think the free kick was there, Joe. Lockie obviously telling Burns to get up. Ball was won, but I think the man was taken out before the ball, so Box Hill unlucky there.
They do retain possession here, however, do Pythagoras, and they'll get a chance to try to whip something in from the right flank. Well, he's directed inwards, but he's just kind of need clear in the end, but it comes straight back. McNamee can't control it. Falls to Rizuki. And he put the ball long there in the direction of Biss. Get the feeling that if Biss had been anywhere near it, the flag would have come up for offside. He was making a run back from an offside position. Perhaps some tired legs from the Lions attacker. Lakagnina will just splay this ball out onto the right flank. Voliotis. He brings it back into the middle. And the pass from Isaiah Joseph was intended for Rowan McNamee, but it's gone long. Eastern Lions throwing, but a chance for Box Hill to maybe pin them deep here in their corner. Mamino heads it back. Rizuki will just in turn boot the ball forward. Drutzis has a chance to chase it down. Nielsen arriving for Box Hill. He'll play back for Pavlidis. Cut out by Kenny. Rizuki. Lakagnina does well to nip in and steal the ball away. Just under 7 minutes of regulation time remaining for Box Hill to find a second goal and an equaliser.
Box Hill more than in this contest, Joe. Really, I suppose, trying to move forward, trying to beat the Eastern Lions press. Eastern Lions still pressing in their forward third, but I think they are looking to kill the game off. They are looking for a third goal, but I think they're quite content with the way things are at the moment. Box Hill not too threatening with their possession going forward. There have been opportunities for the young boys heading inside with the ball at their feet, but it's sort of bubbling away for the last couple minutes of excitement here at Wembley Park.
As we see the Eastern Lions making another substitution to try to hold their lead. Ross Staley coming off, replaced by Will Ellis, who initially on the team sheet was slated to start, but then a late change was made, replaced by Sam Mack when the whistle kicked off. But now he gets his chance with just over 5 minutes remaining to help his side protect this lead and ensure that regardless of Bulleen's result on Monday night, they will have at least a 3-point lead heading into the next round of play. Looking at the run home for both of these sides, next week Eastern Lions will head out, well, they'll return home to Gardeners Creek to take on the Goulburn Valley Suns, who will be making the trip down from Shepparton. As this ball comes into the danger area, it's Tumanidis. Probably should have killed the game dead there, should the Eastern Lions defender. He had, in the end, a bit of a free header inside the 6-yard box and couldn't even hit the target.
was a pinpoint corner there from Eastern Lions. Tumanides, I think he just had too much pressure on him to direct the header back across the keeper and find the back of the net. Look, they're looking strong, Eastern Lions. They might find that third one, but as long as they don't find that third one, Box Hill will keep on pushing.
An effort there perhaps reminiscent of Mamino's early effort in the first half for Box Hill, where he had a header from a similar position that failed to find the target. So the Lions getting men forward once again. Doyle. Long pins Doyle. Gets it to Drutsis. Drutsis, he's gone around one man. Has a shot, and that will be game over. Kostas Drutsis with his second goal of the game. Beat Nielsen, and then dribbled an effort past Pavlidis, who's shattered, still remaining down on the turf. The Lions get their third, and with it you would think the 3 points. Score here at Wembley Park now. Box Hill United 1, Eastern Lions 3.
Well, that effort sums it up, really. Drutsis, the difference in the second half for Eastern Lions. He found his way. It was a sloppy passage of play, to be honest. Box Hill couldn't clear their lines. They had numbers up. The defence was at 6 and 7s, and Drutsis found his way, turned his body, jinked through the Box Hill defence, and found his way between two defenders. And I think that's what Pavlidis was so disappointed about, was that there was two defenders there with him, but he snuck the shot past them. But no, 3 points signed, sealed and delivered for Eastern Lions. 6 points at the top of the table, and they'll be keenly turning an eye to Monday night between Bulleen and Langwarrin to see if Langy can do them a favour heading into the final rounds of the season.
Scott Miller's Langwarrin side. Their dreams of promotion, either via the automatic promotion slot or the playoff, not dead yet, but one would think that an absolutely massive game against Bulleen on Monday night for those hopes. As mentioned, next week Eastern Lions will welcome the Goulburn Valley Suns to Gardeners Creek Reserve. As they seemingly don't want me to read out their run home as they get another chance, but Biss, his header goes straight up in the air. Pavlidis went down in the contest with Biss. Referee waves play on. In the end, Box Hill get the numbers back to defend. McNamee goes down under the challenge, and that will be a free kick. And a yellow card for James Doyle. Yes, the Lions will get Goulburn Valley Suns, and then they'll travel to the Veneto Club to take on Manningham United. Followed up by hosting Geelong SC, a visit from St Albans, 2 home games against Northcote and Melbourne City. And then they will finish the season against Langwarrin. For Box Hill, in their increasingly unlikely quest to get into the top 6 and stay in the second tier of Victorian football next year, they will next week travel to the Veneto Club to take on Melbourne City. And then they will welcome Langwarrin and then the Moreland Zebras to Wembley Park, followed by a trip out to Elko Park to take on North Geelong, and 2 more home games against Murray United and your Bulleen Lions, Pav. And then they will finish the season away to Springvale White Eagles at the Serbian Sports Centre, a game that maybe, if this was last year, would have been an absolute barn burner. It would have been a battle between the 2 bottom sides in the NPL 2 East, but of course this season with the coming changes to the Victorian footballing system, perhaps that is one of the very few games towards the end of the season that won't carry the same stakes as it could have in previous years.
No, I don't think we'll be heading out there for the live stream, Joe, for that one. But no, interesting run home for Eastern Lions. Obviously trying to keep Bulleen Lions and obviously Northcote City at bay at the top of the table. Goulburn Valley have been up and about the last couple of weeks. They've held their own, and again securing their position in the top 6 is vital for them. And obviously a cross-conference clash with St Albans. They picked up a result last night against Moreland Zebras, who were high-flying at the top of the table. And after a bit of a form slump of their own, St Albans are back in the mix again. So St Albans will be another side looking for promotion, and Eastern Lions will have to get past as well on the run home. But again, it's all geared up for a whiz-bang into the season. Eastern Lions looking strong at the moment. They are in the box position to get their automatic promotion to NPL 2, but as you saw then, there's a number of games in their path before they can do that, so it'll be interesting to see how it pans out.
We saw there as the game ticks over into added time, Box Hill making a substitution. Rowan McNamee departing, making way for another youngster, I believe, making his senior debut as well. Not just starting debut, just debut of period. Nicholas Weller coming onto the field, number 5 for Box Hill, and you can see he's gone out, standing there up the attack as well. So, not the result Box Hill would have wanted, but a chance to see a number of these youngsters coming through, which for a side like Box Hill is always a positive, bringing through the next generation of talent out here in the inner eastern suburbs.
And just as much as your senior side is crucial to NPL survival and being part of the NPL, you know, having a good junior structure is just as important, and bringing through sort of the next generation of players if they play at Box Hill, if they play in the NPL for another side, or even if they go beyond that. So, no, Box Hill doing good things. They've done good things for a number of years, and same as Eastern Lions as well. Both sides are mainstays in this area for developing junior talent. So, no, it's good to see both sides go head-to-head today. And looking like Eastern Lions will take the bragging rights in the Eastern Derby.
So, we did have 4 minutes of added time added on. As this corner comes in for Box Hill. Claims for a handball. Instead, looks like it's going to be a foul adjudged, I think, for a push. Handball. Deliberate handball.
I think Burns stuck his hand up and almost plucked that one out of the air like a full forward in a pack mark. He tried to guide that towards goal. I think he got both hands on it, to be honest. So, talking a lot about goalkeeping today, I think Burns maybe was watching the live stream out on the pitch, got a bit jealous and decided to stick his hands up and try to get in the back of the net with his hands. But no, that's why the yellow card's out for him.
Maybe a bit of frustration coming in for Burns, just trying to get away with one, bit of hand of God vibes. Drutzis comes under significant attention. Kokalakis, strong challenge to put the ball out, and it's last come out off Drutzis. But really, we are in the less than 60 seconds of regulation here remaining, just killing time until the Lions secure their 3 points. Long ball out will be comfortably collected by Keegan Coulter, who, well, was beaten by a long range, and when I say long range, I mean long range effort from Dennis Nielsen inside his own half, but since then has done well to keep out this Box Hill side and help secure his side another 3 points. As there we have the goal scorer, Nielsen. Lakignina. Just all eyes now on the referee, waiting for him to blow full time. Williams comes in, gets it out to Rizuki. And Rizuki just puts the ball long. What do you do? Nielsen. Have a shot, son. Nah. Kokalakis. Lakignina. Plays the ball into the middle of the field, into a little pocket of space. Mamino. Also playing for pride at this point at Box Hill, but they're still coming. Lakignina gets the ball into the middle, but just errant touch from Joseph. Swallowed by Coulter. And you'd have to think if Coulter just puts this ball long, the referee will then blow whistle for full time. So I can get up and then get in the car and drive out to Port Melbourne for my other commentary gig tonight. Kickoff's at 6. I have places to be, referee. And there we go. The 3 blasts on the whistle signal an end to proceedings. Eastern Lions entered into the second half with a 1-0 lead. Dennis Nielsen's spectacular long-range effort, making it back 1-1, but then 2 goals from Kostas Strutsas secures the 3 points for the Eastern Lions. They remain atop the NPL 2 Eastern table, momentum all going their way. Pav, fair result in the end?
Eastern Lions flexing their muscle, really, Joe. First half, obviously Box Hill started both halves, the brighter of the two, but again, the experience, the core bond of Eastern Lions, they really showed why they are top of the table. It wasn't their best performance of the season, but sometimes you have to win games when you're not playing your best, and Eastern Lions showed that today. Sort of waited for Box Hill to open up in the second half, and when things opened up, it sort of opened the door for Drutzis to really make the game his own, and again, he's laying claim to showing why he might be, again, take it back-to-back player of the season in this league. So no, Eastern Lions, very professional performance from them. Extend the lead to 6 points at the top, and on to next week for them against Goulburn Valley.
Absolutely. So, at full time here at Wembley Park, the score is Box Hill United 1, Eastern Lions 3. Thank you for joining us today on the NPL Victoria Facebook and YouTube pages. My name is Joe Lynch. I've been joined by Alex Pavlidis. Be sure to stay tuned for all the action from NPL Victoria, NPL Victoria's under-20s, WNPL and 2 NPL 2 Eastern Conference games throughout the rest of the season. But for now, goodbye.